Hello, everyone. It is a privilege to have you listen to our podcast number three, titled American Values. And yes, that is going to be the topic for today: is the American values for the American people. Now, you might be wondering, what American values is he talking about? Well, I we will be discussing about the vaccine mandates and the Declaration of Independence, actually, back from 1776.
Mm.
So I'm going to ask your personal opinions. So, as you guys may know, the President Biden has enforced vaccine mandates for the federal government, including military, people who work in healthcare workers, and just more. And you're seeing governors now do the same thing around their state, requiring vaccines. Mostly in the blue states rather than the red states. I don't believe any red state has done so yet. And actually, I watched on the news today that I think it was American Airlines, or no, it was Delta Airlines. They fired almost 500, almost 600 people because they refused to get the vaccine. So I just want to hear what you guys have to say about this whole vaccine mandate that the president has um, run upon the American people.
Mm. Um, I'd like to add that one of the faultiness of this mandate is that I read somewhere, and I was actually listening to about it.
Mm-hmm.
That 100+ businesses of employees, the private ones, the private businesses that, or the ones that you need to have a mandatory vaccine, like if you don't have a vaccine and it's 100+ employer business, then you either you have to get the vaccine, or you have to get tested weekly and show a negative result to keep your job.
Mm-hmm.
One thing I was listening to is like it's all just a money game, because taxpayer dollars for the vaccines, and apparently he's racking up, or not just Joe Biden, but the bureaucrats, whatever, I don't know, all the people that are involved or invested, I guess, are making 1.4 million a week off of that.
Yeah. What about you, Derek? What do you think about the vaccine mandates that have been laid upon the American people?
I mean, the vaccine mandates to me, so I haven't done much research over the vaccines, and I don't care to. I haven't had the vaccine. If I have to get the vaccine, I will, but I don't think it's right for the government to force upon people to get the vaccine. Because, I mean, the government can't control the people. Um,
Yeah.
I think, like, private businesses should have that. Like, I think they're able to, you get the vaccine or you're not working here because you have as a business. But, the government shouldn't threat the vaccine and be like, you're not able to go to this restaurant or something unless you have the
Yeah.
vaccine. Like, you're not able to even leave your house unless you have the vaccine. And,
Mm-hmm.
a lot of it as well is just money ridden.
Yeah.
All these, the government gets money, so it's just the government trying to control you, like see how much they can control you at least, or um, and it's about money. It's not actually about the safety of people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Also, I just want to let everyone know that I am personally like I recommend getting the vaccine. Like I like sure. I've gotten both doses of the vaccine, and I just want everyone to know that I am not a anti-vaxxer. I've never been that way because I do believe that vaccines can have some benefit to it, and I've also gotten the vaccine. but I just want to lay that out for anyone that might think I'm an anti-vaxxer, which I am not. So
Yeah, and I'm not like an anti-vaxxer either. Like the whole way that they're going about this is just not right. I feel like
yeah,
it's very
Yeah.
unconstitutional, like how they're going about this.
Yes.
Like you don't see anything about like, oh, get the flu vaccine. Like,
yeah, exactly.
why does it have to be about the COVID-19 vaccine? Like,
Yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
I
I don't.
totally agree.
Um, so my grandma just got COVID, and she's had the vaccine.
Yeah,
Her and my grandpa have had it for a while now, and she just got COVID, and it's turned into pneumonia as well. So it's like, I mean, I don't know how well these vaccines work, but I mean,
Yeah, and my grandpa had COVID, and then he didn't, and then I think the complications, but he did end up having pneumonia, and then passed away. Uh, but I don't know if he had the vaccine, but I don't think it really makes a difference because the vaccine doesn't stop the virus. It's not You're not safe
yeah,
from it. Like I don't know
yeah.
what these people think. Like, oh, you're 100% safe from it when you get it. No, you're not.
You're not. Yeah,
People still
trust me.
get the flu. Like I've gotten the flu shot. I think pretty much everyone has. I mean,
Yeah,
but I mean, I'm pretty sure I've still gotten the flu after
yeah.
that.
Yeah, so I can personally tell everyone that I got both of the doses of the vaccine and later on got the COVID-19, which was not fun at first, I will say, but I do think that the vaccine kind of helped me out a little because it helped me like develop some antibodies, which made the virus um, not be as bad to me as it would have been without me taking it. So I think I don't want to because like I don't want to like I don't know how to approach this because everyone can say they're effective, but if they're effective, then why aren't they taking care of the COVID-19 transmission
Yeah,
among everyone? And that's the whole situation. That's really the biggest problem with people is that they've heard of people who've gotten both doses but still get it. So I think that's the big issue.
yeah. I don't know the exact ages, but like, isn't like from the virus, you're like 99.8% like gonna get like you can like it's a cure rate like I don't know you're 99 point I don't know where I heard it from but like 99.8% survival rate.
Yeah.
So like I don't know what the age limit or difference on that, but I heard that from somewhere, and you're not gonna like the chance of dying from it is just really low. So
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah. Um so there was actually a study done recently about the booster shots.
oh yeah.
You know, the booster
Mm-hmm.
shots are very important. Um, I can understand if you're a senior citizen, that's a different case scenario. If you're a senior citizen, then you probably should get the booster because you're still more at risk than the younger generation.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're like my age, where you're 18 years old to 30s, it's very interesting how the studies show.
Yeah, the thing I'm seeing is the CDC now recommends that people age 65 years and older, residents age 18 years and older in long-term care settings, and people age 50 to 64 years with underlying medical conditions should receive a booster shot from Pfizer, BioNTech, COVID-19's vaccine at least 6 months after completing their Pfizer BioNTech primary series. Other groups may receive a booster shot based on their individual risk and benefit.
Hmm. Yeah. it's crazy. It is crazy, I will say, because there's this whole study going around saying, and Joe Biden actually he said this literally in a White House interview. He was talking about the booster shot and the CDC. Oh, is that what you were just reading, Nick, about from the CDC website?
Yeah.
Okay, I thought so. Um, Joe Biden, he just full on said to the American people.
Oh yeah.
He just said I kid you not. He said word for word. He was like, if you've gotten both doses of the vaccine, you should get. He wasn't speaking to a specific group. He did not correlate to like a specific certain group.
Age
He
group.
just said to the American people straight up, 6 months after your second dose, you should get the booster. Like, I can understand a senior citizen, but like,
Yeah, the thing is, like, this is so stupid of, the masks. Like, this thing that I just read, like, if you're fully vaccinated, you can resume many activities that you did before the pandemic. But you should wear a mask indoors in public if you are in an area of substantial or high transmission. Okay, let me stop right there. If you've gotten the vaccine and they're saying that it's 100% effective, then why do you need to wear a mask and why should you be worried about other people?
Good question. Great question. And the problem is we have doctors like Anthony Fauci and the CDC director who are absolutely lying to the American people. So Fauci has previously lied to Congress under oath, which is a felony actually, and like he straight up lied about how what group was it? It was I think it was the WHO, the World Health Organization, saying that taxpayer money did not go to funding to oh my gosh, what was it called? Like something about transmission. I forgot about it. He straight up lied about it. And then Senator Paul from Kentucky, he asked him again. He was like, "Do you want to retract what you said?" He said, "No, not at all." I was like, "Dude, you had two opportunities to clear yourself up."
Right. Yeah.
This man should be in freaking prison.
While I have it in my mind fresh here, not to just keep harping on him, but the way Joe Biden has said things about Republican senators, and he they're so left-sided. Like, I don't want to get so left-sided, so far-sided. Like, Republican senators have been encouraging people to get the vaccine. I don't know where he's getting these right-winged Republican senators aren't doing anything to help us and they're just hurting us. I don't know where he's getting that from, because even though in our state, he's been encouraging the vaccine.
Yeah. Pretty much what presidents do at this point is make the other party look bad throughout their presidency as well, so the next party president is
no one agrees anymore. No one, it's always just my party, my gig over here. It's no agreeing.
Yeah, exactly. Like you have to look at both sides, and you gotta come to a compromise sometimes, or do what's best for the people. In general, that's the main point of the government, is to do what's best for the people, and the government, politicians are just worried about money and keeping power.
Right.
Okay, I'm not even gonna lie though. Joe Biden is another level. He is just so bad.
Let me interrupt. Going into 15 minutes here. Anyone in the comment section, give us insight, give us subjects to talk about. We need the subjects. If you want to be a guest, please speak up. I don't know if people are still listening, but please speak up in the comment section.
Yeah.
But yeah, going back on the topic here, I Joe Biden is just using executive power and passing mandates behind people's backs. That's just cutting power. You're just using your quote unquote power to do things, and that's you're being tyrannical.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And you know what the crazy part about it is? It's only been it's not even been a full year of Joe Biden.
Wow.
What the frick?
What? Okay, I really didn't pay attention to it. What were Trump, the first 100 days in office, he had the goals. What were Biden's goals? I just don't remember him talking about that. I'm just I'm literally curious. I'm asking.
Yeah. So originally he wanted to obviously shut down the coronavirus. That was whole, and we look at it now and look how that's going. It's not going anywhere else.
We're a whole year and a half. I don't know, more than that. I feel like year and a half.
Oh yeah. This big one. Oh my gosh, dude. He wanted the middle class and the taxpayers and all these. He wanted the rich to pay their fair share, because he wanted to raise the federal minimum wage to $15 an hour.
That sounds good, but
our economy is just gonna.
Yeah.
One thing I want to add, because it's stupid to me, and I know I keep saying it, but it's annoying that they take out Social Security. Medicare, I get that, but Social Security, they take out Social Security from your paycheck, and that's I don't know, I think $4 every time, at least 4 or 5 something in there, at least for me. And we learned in our history class that we're not going to see that money. And people living right now, I think my dad later in his when he ages more and get into close to retirement, he's probably not going to see all the money that they paid, they got taken out. So if they're not gonna really see any of theirs, then we're screwed. So for ours, but
yeah, for sure. What else? Oh, the American Rescue Plan. You can never forget about that. Basically, the American Rescue Plan was it was $1,400 stimulus checks. What else? I think that. No, it was something else. Oh, he actually did do one good thing. Crazy, right? Crazy. He actually started reopening schools, but in a bad way, because he's requiring these little elementary school students to wear masks.
And there's this video. Dude. Oh, I really don't want to pull up the clip, but of this, I think it was a preschooler or kindergarten, but this teacher was forcing a mask onto the little kid. And he was screaming and crying, and I don't really want to play that clip if I look it up, but
dude, it was so bad.
I want to add something about the what's it called? Oh, about him mandating vaccines. So it says here, this was not too long ago. Biden included an quote-unquote enforcement mechanism in his $3.5 trillion bill to fine employers who don't mandate the vax. Hear me out. Okay, so this is a comment. Oh my God, hold on. If I can click on it. Someone commented, another day, another super tyrannical and mean strategy for Biden admin. Okay, but it says Biden could fine firms up to $700,000 if they fail to mandate vaccines. The increased fines on employers could run as high as 70,000 for serious infractions and 700,000 for willful or repeated violations, a sum that can be applied per incident. That seems
Jeez.
pretty dang cruel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah. What else? What else? Oh my gosh! I think the worst thing he could have done was reverse President Trump's like travel, like from like the southern border, and
Yeah.
how he didn't want to continue the wall. That is just.
Yeah.
And you might be thinking, oh, what if these people want to go to you know, they just want some safety. I'm all for it, but you gotta come in our country legally
Yeah,
before you
legally.
can like, yeah, you
I
got.
mean, you see what's going down in Haiti. I mean,
Oh, that's so terrible.
when they were coming in, like when we first heard about it, like the big rush. Democrats were saying, like how they're like under the bridge and stuff like that, camping out. They're like, oh yeah, let's put money towards building a bigger bridge so they can all fit under it. Like, I feel like I've said that before, but like, oh my god, it was funny as crap.
And then I think the last thing, I mean, it's pretty plain and simple considering he has a vice president that is of color, is social justice and inequality.
Mm.
So, I mean, I'm all for that because
Yeah.
everyone should be treated the same.
Yeah, and it says in our
Mhm.
Declaration of Independence, all men should be are treated
All men are
equally,
created
created equally.
equal.
Yeah, created equally. That's what
Yeah.
it is.
See, here's where the Bible comes into play, because it's like it says all men were created equally, like under God, created.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, that's just signifying people were created by something, which is God, and you know, as Christians, we treat everyone equally. And so, there's some people, or like, there's a problem with like racism in the country, which I don't even think there's much racism in the country. Just people of different races take
I
it
think
too
there
far.
is. It's just not as bad as it was back in 17
Oh yeah,
or
no,
not.
there's definitely still some racism, but it's like there's ways people can avoid it,
Yeah.
but and also like it's not as bad as people say. It's not like defund the police because they're all racist bad.
Yeah.
It's stupid.
Yeah.
But
I
but yes, you should treat everyone equally, and like not even that. You should treat people better than what you would want people to treat you.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wanna,
Just plain.
back to the vaccine thing. I wanted to finish up reading this thing that
Yeah.
I discovered. The Biden administration has included a vaccine enforcement mechanism in the 3.5 trillion, so 2,465 page Build Back Better bill, which will enable the government to enforce fines on employers whose employees do not get the vaccine. The mechanism buried on page 168 of the Democrats' reconciliation spending bill will allow a tenfold increase in fines for businesses with 100 or more employees that willfully and repeatedly violate a section of the labor law that deals with the workplace hazards, of which COVID-19 is now a part of.
That's crazy. Yeah. I was reading several articles about the state of Oregon because I have family that lives up there, and it is like a catastrophe. I mean, like when I thought knew it was bad, like it is bad. It is down bad, dude. Like bad. So the Governor Brown of the state of Oregon has already like we're talking about like firefighters. Like I think here I think I have the article right here. Like firefighters and police officers of like certain counties have like tried to put up a lawsuit against the governor because the vaccine mandate is unconstitutional.
It is.
And and let's see. Oh yeah, there was a county. It's called Baker County. They literally are like short of healthcare workers because some of them like refuse to get the vaccine.
Wow.
And it's just like, not only is Joe Biden like hurting the American people, he's hurting the economy, and
Yeah.
he's not really thinking about it because he's all like, "Oh, I want this vaccine to be over." Well, you can do that, but you can't require it for everyone because you're just gonna lose more people, and your stupid unemployment rate is gonna keep going up and up and up every single day because people
Are
think it's
losing their jobs.
unconstitutional.
Yeah,
And
and
it's
like,
just,
yeah.
it's ridiculous.
He's not thinking of the long run. He's thinking of like, oh, let's get this thing out right now.
Yeah.
Like, you got to think of the long run when you're running the country.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't think of the here and now.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I totally agree. And I really really like Ron DeSantis because you just like see him go on live television and just absolutely flame Joe Biden. It is the funniest thing I've ever seen. He's just like, we're gonna back down on the Biden administration's plan of require. I mean, it is just amazing.
I want to give a couple examples here. Like, I know, NBA basketball players are getting, like if you don't get the vaccine, then I guess you're out. I mean,
Yeah.
it says dozens of Massachusetts state troopers resign over vaccine mandate.
I saw that.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. SF special forces are getting put on the sideline basically for not getting the vaccine. I mean, like, what are we doing?
What are we doing?
I heard one NBA player, like, asked the NBA. This is all like formal. I forgot who it was, but he asked the NBA formally, if he could like be excused from getting the vaccine, and they rejected him.
Is it Andrew Wiggins?
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, Andrew Wiggins. I thought it was a Golden State player.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I saw that.
Which like
But
I don't know if he's against it or if he's got other reasons why he didn't want the vaccine, but it's like that's like I think something like that for like a business is okay. But I mean, something like the NBA, like you got a star player as well, and it's like, why can't you just go through the trouble of like testing him daily or something? And if he keeps coming back negative, like it's fine. But if he tests positive, he has to go in quarantine.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Okay, so I just saw this thing about why like parents should be left out of what kids should be taught in schools. I want to play this clip and then say what my boss actually found online about what's going on in some schools. Let me play this clip right quick.
Veto books, Glenn, not to be knowledgeable about it, also take them off the shelves. And I'm not going to let parents come into schools and actually take books out and make their own decision.
You vetoed it.
So, yeah, I stopped the bill that I don't think parents should be telling schools what they should teach. But, I get really tired. Veto.
That's from Terry McAuliffe. I don't know how you say it, but what my boss found, I don't know, word for word. I didn't actually see it, but I heard what he said. And I don't know what it's called, but it's so bad. It's so bad, and it's wrong. And teachers or staff, whatever, whoever's enforcing it should get fired and I don't know, maybe do some jail time because there was like these, I don't know, it was like these common core questions like go try a beer and answer it, like how did you feel, how did you taste it, like what it made you feel, and like all these like perverted things, like go do this and then like write about it. Like, what in the world? Like, why are we corrupting our young and doing like what has gone on in the educational system? And then you have this guy Terry McAuliffe getting parents uninvolved. Like, what does that make you think? Oh, we want to get parents uninvolved with things that our kids are learning about. So like that shows you how corrupt it is.
You cannot try to get your like parents uninvolved with their own fucking children. But like it is their children. They they must squeeze them out. Like you can't do that. I don't know what's going through these people's minds that think that's a good idea. Which I mean, like the idea is to corrupt the youth's minds and be able to like control them. That's the idea of it. But oh my gosh, that makes me so mad.
Yeah, I mean, parents have a right. I feel like they have a right to know what's going on.
It's not even a right. It's not even a right. I don't even know what word to use, but like they're obligated to know.
Yeah, what's going on?
Like whatever their kid does and sneaks around and do, like that's their own problem. But the school cannot like keep things from their children and stuff.
Yeah.
You know, like that's just unacceptable. I don't
For
know.
sure.
Who thinks of that? Who thinks that's a good idea?
Yeah. I don't know.
This whole thing is very, very interesting.
I'm looking at the thing about, says, I'm not gonna like explain it, but like this headline says, jailed Marine who demanded accountability for Afghanistan offered to resign honorably but was rejected.
What? Let me guess. He was dishonorably discharged.
Lieutenant Colonel Stuart Scheller offered to resign under honorable conditions, but his request was rejected, according to the Marine Corps document exclusively obtained by the Daily Caller News Foundation. It says, quote, charges have not been filed yet by the Marine Corps. We don't even know why he's in jail other than breaking a gag order. So it's kind of hard to mount a defense if we don't know what he's being charged with, unquotes. That's what it says. STU Scheller, SR, I'm guessing senior, told the DCNF. Scheller's parents hope their son will be honorably discharged, and said the Marine Corps act quickly. Quotes, it says, so they don't lose more credibility.
You know how many good, genuine people come out of the army, and like this guy, you know, he's probably a good, genuine person, and he's standing up for his morals and stuff, and he's treated like that.
Like, what is he even being, like, why? Why are we treating the people that protect this country like that?
Exactly. Like, I mean, there's some people that are just corrupt in the mind.
I don't understand. And, like, it makes me so mad because, you know, there's this author Vince Flynn, and he writes fictional, and the character is Mitch Rapp. And one of the things is, like, people over there are fighting. I mean, this goes for, you know, people right now over there fighting. Like, you're 3,000 miles away in a third world, or, you know, Afghanistan, fighting for your life, and you got some stupid politician 3,000 miles in a cubicle making your decisions about, like, what to do, and that just doesn't make any sense to me. Like, how? Because, I mean, you're literally fighting for your life over there.
Exactly. And like, so I've seen this in movies stuff. I think I've read it in books, but some people, oh, like it happens to police and stuff too. Like
Yeah.
when you're in the line of duty, you have to make quick decisions,
Mm-hmm.
and like I mean, for example, you have a crazy black dude with a knife, charged like going insane, and you fear for your life,
Yeah.
and you shoot him, and he happens to die, and you're a police officer, and you get ridiculed and stripped of your title,
Mm-hmm.
and like you go to court for that because the person was black.
Yeah. Our cancel
Like
culture.
they had to make a split decision.
Is
so
it
that's
my
like,
life or his endangering my life, basically?
yeah, exactly. It's like, do I want to let myself die because a crazy black dude, and then like there's no reason for that, and then like I mean that has to do with the like similar with the military, like they're out there fighting for our protection.
Yo,
And
when
they
there's
make
bullets whizzing past you, I don't think you want to call up, Jimmy sitting in the cubicle like, what do I need to do?
Yeah.
Yeah. What should I do? Oh, just run straight at him.
Yeah.
Like what? Like, oh, I don't even know. That's. But like
I
and,
get,
like,
I get there's like some corrupt cops. I know they're out there,
oh, yeah.
but I'm not saying like all cops are corrupt. And 9 times out of 10, I feel like why they shoot is because they're obviously endangered, and the people are not innocent that they're shooting at. They had to do something for them to pull their gun and defend themselves. So I don't get what like because it's not always a black person. Like it's everyone. Like it's
Mm-hmm.
I don't understand that, dude.
Now, we discussed earlier about how we were going to talk about the Declaration of Independence, and this is how it all rolls in, guys. If you read the Declaration of Independence, they write about how King George III basically took away all their rights.
Mm-hmm.
And we're talking about the vaccine mandate and how Joe Biden is taking away the rights of most of the American people. And that is where the Declaration of Independence comes into play. So, do you think that Joe Biden is disobeying the Declaration of Independence?
Yes, I don't think he even knows it.
Oh yeah. No, yeah.
I don't think he even knows it. And okay, another thing I want to add. He okay, this is not a good example of a leader. A leader takes ownership of what his mistakes is. He like blames everyone else. Like he blames the unvaxxers for not vaccinating. Biden's military leaders sit in stunned silence when asked who is to blame for this disastrous Afghanistan withdrawal. Like he's blaming military leaders. Joe Biden's blaming military leaders for the disastrous Afghanistan withdrawal. He's just blaming, not taking any ownership for anything that he does. It's all our faults. It's all the American people's faults. It's not any of his faults. It's no one in office fault. It's all our faults.
That's quite funny because I'm pretty sure it is the president that is head of the military and can make them do whatever he wants. Pretty much. Right? Wrong? And a major military movement, like moving people out of a country, oh gosh, like moving people out of a country, is, usually, it can only really be done by the president, it has to be approved by him, especially,
Yeah.
But I don't think it's his fault. It couldn't be.
Oh, Joe Biden? Yeah, I know.
It could be Joe's fault.
Yeah.
It's never Joe's fault. What are you talking about?
Yeah, it's clearly our faults.
He's a perfect human being created by God. He is
Yeah.
essentially Jesus.
Yeah, basically.
He,
He's perfect.
Grant, did you see anything about the Arizona audit?
Yeah, I did, dude.
Do you want to enlighten us anything about that?
Oh my gosh. Don't get me started with this crap.
Oh no, that's why we're here talking.
Oh my goodness. It is so amazing. And how they found. Oh man. It's just amazing how um they just magically found more Biden votes, but they couldn't find one single Trump vote. Like they said that Biden literally got more votes from that audit, and Trump, like I kid you not, he got like 0 added votes. Like if we're talking about suspicion, this is very suspicious.
Yes, very suspicious.
Hmm.
It's also it quite baffles my mind how a Civil War veteran, this is during the election, okay, how a Civil War veteran voted for Joe Biden. You know, that's just crazy. That guy has to be the oldest man in the world, and you know, his wise self voted for Joe Biden, a Civil War veteran.
Wow. How old was he? Do you know? Do you know how old the Civil War veteran was?
Pretty damn old, you think?
Dude, the man's been in freaking office for almost 50 years.
Biden? Yeah. And what has he done?
Almost 50
Nothing.
years. 50. Just wrap your head around that number. 50. Okay?
That's half a century.
He basically okay, I'm not gonna say that because that would be bad in the podcast. But I'm gonna say approach it another way. He basically, I kid you not, he is basically Barack Obama 2.0. Change my mind.
Except without his Medicare, his own Medicare.
True, you're right. He doesn't have
He doesn't have Obamacare. He doesn't have Biden care.
He doesn't have Biden care. He should rename it to Biden care.
He's slacking. He's slacking.
You think I bet you the freaking Republicans would still not approve of that because they know. They just know.
They just know. Dude, this woman cracks me up of how, you know, I'm using Derek's, you know, vocabulary. Baffles me. Jen Psaki. Oh my gosh. Oh my
goodness.
Grant, I'll let you speak. I'll let you speak.
She literally makes me want to be a White House press reporter. Like I would just put like she's in the mud, bro. I would put her deep in the mud, bro. I swear, bro. She is the most dumbest reporter I think I've ever listened to. I mean, like, really.
You
and
know
this whole oh, you know what pissed me off today? She was talking about how the infrastructure plan is gonna cost us. It's gonna be free, guys.
Oh, really? Is it now?
We're just gonna pull out. We're just gonna pull out $5 trillion out of the bank, and it's not gonna cost the American people a dime. Not a dime, guys.
Oh, really?
Not even a penny. Like.
So.
That
so are they
great.
gonna fund it? Are they gonna fund it?
Dude, that's a great question. I wonder where we're gonna get $5 trillion from.
You know, I don't have any, you know, rich third uncles anywhere.
Yeah, you're right. No, that's what the top 1% is for. Am I right? Like,
Yeah. You know what saddens me is that not only just Joe Biden, but like a lot of politicians haven't even had real jobs.
No.
So they don't even know like what a normal everyday American like job is.
Yeah.
Their whole life has been like politics.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
They just sit and rack up that money.
Yeah, dude. Dude, do you know that Joe Biden's net worth is $9 million?
Who's Joe Biden is 9.
I wish I was worth $9 million.
Spread the bread.
That's what I'm saying. He's talking about the top 1%, bro. He probably is the top 1%. Like, let's be real here. This man's worth probably, honestly, billions of dollars.
Oh my.
Yet he's just like,
Oh.
he's putting himself in the mud. Like,
Oh my god, dude. I just saw the gym.
I can't listen to Jen Psaki, dude. Her freaking last name makes me question existence.
Okay,
Like,
this is this is the audio clip that we were talking about. Jen Psaki about the I think no, is it $3.5 trillion spending bill?
Well,
that
like,
costs $0.
Yeah.
Yeah, here's the
Some
clip.
have expressed publicly that they're not comfortable with 3.5, even though zero costs $0. Some have expressed.
Yes, because where are we gonna get that much money? We just gonna borrow it from China? Oh wait, how are we gonna pay them back? Oh, the taxpayers.
Oh,
They've always got our back, baby.
Oh, okay. This dude said if your mortgage is $1,500 a month, and you earn $1,500 a month, your house is free.
Dude. Oh, dude. We should all go to DC one day just to freaking interview Jen Psaki.
Oh my gosh, that would be so. I'd be down. I'm down.
I wanna do an interview at the White House so bad.
I would.
Like, what is your IQ? What are you doing?
I want to be on.
My IQ is high enough to flame these dumbasses.
I would pay 60 minutes the show for me to interview Joe Biden for 2 hours.
Yeah, that's what's her face on Channel 4, like news or NBC, NSBC or no.
If I had Joe Biden in a locked room by himself for an interview, dude, just me and him, live television. Oh my gosh, the things I would do to him.
He'd probably sleep through it. He'd probably.
He'd be banging on the door.
He'd actually probably be sleeping. He'd probably be sleeping through that.
You're right. He'd be like, "Let me out! I gotta eat my ice cream and then go to bed."
Okay, this is so stupid. This is like back to like how Joe Biden's blaming kind of everything. Top U.S. defense officials say that Taliban takeover of Afghanistan can be traced back to the deal between the group and the Trump administration. Wow! And this person said, "Y'all still blaming Trump? Who's current president? Biden's not responsible at all."
Dude, I think the quote I will always remember in my entire life is Sleepy Joe. Hey, Crooked Kamala.
See,
that is the. It's so funny.
That's the problem. That's the only problem. Like name calling. Like if Trump didn't freaking name call.
Joe would say the unemployment.
Oh, here it is. Here it is. There you go.
Sleepy Joe would say the Joe, come up. You ever seen the guy that from South Carolina? It's not a. They did that like 7 times. If I did that once, it would be the end of the road, right? Be the end. They'd say Trump has lost it. They like to say that anyway. These people are bad people. Oh, Sleepy Joe. He's up tomorrow.
Oh, never forget Sleepy Joe. That name will always be in my memory. I'm gonna have a dream one night and Sleepy Joe is gonna be there.
Dude, there's this picture that says okay, so it's Jen Psaki like on a whiteboard and it has okay, so it's only in Bidenomics. So like, you know, Biden economics, it says Bidenomics does 3.5 trillion equals $0. And it has Jen Psaki having 3.5 trillion equals $0.
How are we on time?
We're coming up on 50 minutes just here.
Okay. Yeah, I don't. Yeah. That's all I'm gonna say. Yeah.
I mean, we could wrap it up.
Yeah.
Dude.
Oh, Sleepy Joe.
Oh.
I will never forget Sleepy Joe. You know, I would say it's going to be a sad day when he dies, but he's probably going to die soon, let's be real.
You know that thing I said about earlier about like Terry McAuliffe saying that thing about parents?
Yeah.
Says Mercedes Schlapp says, and this is how you lose an election. When you don't have parents involved in their children's, educational.
Yeah. No. For sure. But I think that's a good place to end it. I appreciate everyone who is gonna listen to this and actually made it all the way through.
Yeah, please comment, like, subscribe to the podcast.
Subscribe for us to talk trash more about Sleepy Joe.
Feed the algorithm. Feed the algorithm.
Yeah, just we need to make merch that says Sleepy Joe.
Oh my god.
That would be so amazing. Anyways, I hope everyone has a great day, and we will see you guys in the next podcast.
And that concludes
Bye-bye.
episode 3 of American Values. Take care, everyone.